Hi, Success Coach Ebony Pope here, and I want to talk to you about how to create a master calendar for your 10-week term. It is important to know what is due and when it is due, and that's something that people usually know. But it's also very important to know when you're going to study and create a calendar or a schedule of some sort that will help you to stay on task for creating times, pockets of time to study and get your assignments submitted on time. We're going to start with looking at your course or any courses. For example, we're going to utilize MM 150 Survey of Mathematics. We're going to go to your syllabus by clicking Content and then Syllabus. And if you review the syllabus, you'll be able to see what is due in your course and when it's due. So you have all of the things, the different activities, as well as the units in which they're due. And if you keep scrolling, then you'll see the assignments that are listed as well. And on those assignments, you'll be able to see when things are due. So here, the end of each unit is Tuesday, 11:59 p.m. That is when assignments are to be due. This here also has if a Dropbox submission or discussion board assignment is due in Unit 10, that it is due by 11:59 p.m. on the Sunday of Unit 10, so not the Tuesday. So pay attention to those dates there so that you know when things are due so that you're not late turning things in, okay? And then also make sure that with everything else, your discussion boards, there aren't specific days and times that you will have to turn in your different discussion posts, your initial as well as your replies to other students. So I'm going to move over to this sample calendar that I created. There are different ways to do a calendar, whether you're using an app, a calendar app, or a physical calendar, or using something like this Gmail calendar that you also have access to through your PG email. There are many different ways that you can create a schedule for yourself for studying, which is what we're going to talk about here. And so this, again, is just an example. If you look here, some of the important things, I've put when the term starts, and then each week I have on that day, on Wednesdays, the different unit starts. So that is when units start for every course. And then I also have here when the unit assignments are due, which would be the Tuesday, remember by 11:59 p.m. That is when everything is due for that unit. So I have these things on here as reminders for myself. You don't necessarily have to have them, but I think it's really good start. I also have on here when my seminars are. So seminars for my course will be 7 p.m. If I click there, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Thursdays. It could be Thursdays, Wednesdays, Sundays, Mondays. It could be any of those days. And you just want to make sure that you put it on your calendar. Having it on my calendar allows me to get the alerts to remind me every single week, the same day, same time that I have seminars so that I can plan to do that for that day and not schedule other things that compete. But I know that that's there. And so, most importantly, what we wanted to talk about here is study time, creating study time for yourself. Putting that on a calendar will help with staying organized. So, regardless of what your day looks like, you can find the pockets of time that you can dedicate to studying for your courses. So here, for example, and your calendar does not have to look the same in terms of time or days of time or time during the day. Okay. So here I have, for example, that I'm going to study from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. And I did that every day of the week, Monday through Friday. And then I have on Saturdays and Sundays, I'm going to study from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. So that gives me a 4-hour block each day on Saturday and Sunday where I can dedicate time to just studying for my courses. Okay. Now, that time will fluctuate during the week, the weekday, and every day does not have to look the same. Every day may look different depending on what your life looks like. But it's important to put these things on a calendar so that you are making sure that you have dedicated time to reading, going through course materials, studying for everything. And studying also includes doing your assignments, preparing them, and then submitting them too. This way, you stay on time, you stay on track, you stay organized, and you can stay on task in your courses and be successful by the end of the term. Also, check out the PDF that is below with this sample calendar, just for an example and reference, as well as some of the videos that are on this channel related to calendaring and telling you how to do a calendar step by step, how to put events on your calendar as well, and the types of things to consider. But you can do this.